Yes, good afternoon, dear children. Good afternoon, parents. Good afternoon, everyone who is at home. Yes, my name is Teacher Doreen. I would like to welcome you once again to our lessons. I'm going to teach Primary 2, Literacy B. And today I want us to look at basic needs. We are going to see, when we talk of the basic needs, what do we mean? Here, I am going to first explain these two words. Number one, I have the word basic. The word basic means something that is very, very essential, something that is very important. And when I talk of the needs, these are the things that we use in our daily lives. So, when I talk of the word basic needs, my question here is, what are basic needs? You may ask yourself, according to how I have explained the word basic and the word needs, so wherever you are watching from, what does this word basic needs, when you combine it together, what does it mean? So, the word basic needs, as I have told you, that the word basic means something that is very essential. So, basic needs are the things that man cannot live without in his life, in your life, in my life. There are things that we cannot live without. So, these are what we call the basic needs. So, these things here, without them, man cannot live. Without them, you and me, we cannot live. That's why we call them the basic needs. So, we have said basic needs are the things that man cannot live without. They are too essential, they are too important in life that without them you can even die. Without them you cannot live. Without them you cannot be who you are. So we are going to look at these things that man cannot live without in his life. So these are what we call the examples of the basic needs. Now, as we have already described that they are the things that man cannot live without. So, example number one of the things that man cannot live without is, number one, we have food. Food is very essential that without it, you cannot live. That's why we eat in the morning, we eat in the afternoon, we eat in the evening, we eat at snacks, we eat dinner. Every time we are eating. Why? Because our bodies have to get that in them. Without food, you cannot live. That's why it is a very essential thing. Even if you try to fast, there is when you need that food in your life. So it becomes a basic need. Without it, you will die. Without it, you will starve. Without it, you will be sick. Without it, you will not be who you are. That's why we need food in our bodies. Number two, man needs water. Water is very, very essential. It is very, very important. Without water, sincerely speaking, you cannot live. Sincerely speaking, I cannot live because water is very essential. They say water is life. So, without it, we use water for very many things in our homes, in our lives. We use water for drinking, we use water for cooking, we use water for bathing, we use water for every other thing at home. Every day, we use water in our homes. So, without it, we go thirsty. Without it, we will not do anything without water. Water is very essential in our lives. It is life, the way the scientists say. So it is also a basic need. So basic need number 3 is shelter. Let me tell you something. Without a roof on your head, you will not make it. Man needs shelter. It may be a house, it may be a shed. As long as it is shelter on your head, without shelter, you cannot make it. Without shelter, our properties will be destroyed. Without shelter, our animals will be destroyed. Without shelter, everything will just be in a mess. That's why we say shelter is also a basic need. When I talk of shelter, I mean a roof on your head. I mean a roof that will protect your property, that will protect your people, that will protect your animals, and every other thing. So shelter is also a basic need. Another basic need is clothes. Okay, example number 4, we have clothes as a basic need as well. Clothes are very, very essential, whereby without clothes, will you go naked? If wherever you pass, people will laugh at you. So that's why we need clothes in our lives. You cannot go naked, I cannot go naked. That's why I need clothes as a basic need. Let me tell you, even when a child is born, even if it is a one-day child, that child needs clothes. That's how basic they are. They are so essential in a way that even the young, even the old, everyone needs clothes. Without them, you can't go anywhere. Without them, people will laugh at you. Without them, oh, it is very, very essential. So, in life, these are the 4 basic needs man needs in his life. Without them, you are going nowhere. Without food, you cannot live. Without water, you cannot live. Without shelter, you cannot live. Without clothes, I have already told you. So these are the 4 basic needs of man. If it is any other thing, I remember one time I asked a child to give me another example of a basic need. He told me, teacher, TV. Let me tell you, a TV is not a basic need. Without TV, you can live. But without food, can you live? The answer is no. So the basic needs of man are only 4. We are going to look at even other needs of man. Apart from these basic, there are other needs of man. Besides these 4, because these are essential. Without them, that one we have already talked about it, no one can live. But even these ones are very important in life, though they are not basic, but they are also important. Number 1, man needs land. For example, we have talked about shelter. If man is to acquire shelter, if man is to build a house, if daddy is to build a house, he will need land. He will not build the house in air. He will not build the house in water. He has to acquire land in order to build the house. So it is also a need, though it is not basic. Without land, you can live. Do young babies have land? They don't, but they are living. But it is another need of man. We need land for very many things. For farming, you can grow, keep your animals on land. You can grow crops on land. So land is also important. So another need of man. The man needs transport. Transport is the movement of people and their goods from one place to another. Without transport, man of course will not move his goods. Man will not carry his animals on the head. He needs a car, he needs a vehicle, he needs a truck to take these animals, to take the crops to the farm, to the market, to take his goods to the market. So transport is also important. For example, if I want to move from here to Kamari, will I use my legs? Will I foot? No, man needs transport. For example, he needs a car. So that's why I'm saying transport is also a need of man, though it is not basic like these four that we have said. Another need of man is security. Man needs security in his home. That's why some of us in our homes, we have ascaris. That's why some of us in our homes, we have dogs to give us security. We have CCTV cameras. That is the security that I'm talking about. But without the security, without the cameras, you can't live. Without the dogs, you can't live. That's why I'm saying security is not a basic need, but it is another need of man. Man needs security for his property in the house. For example, in our houses, we have very many things. TV, chairs, tables, cupboards, everything. We cannot put them outside. They need to be secure. They need to be in houses. So man needs these things to be secure. So what does he require? He needs security for his property and his people as well. So security is also another need of man. Man needs this essential thing called love. Wherever you are, say love. Love is very important. In a way, we have children in our homes. We are children. We need to be loved by our parents. Without love, a child will be something else. We need someone to talk to us and tell you, my daughter, my son, this one is wrong, this one is right, do this way, do this that way. And in that way, we need that love, we need that comfort. I want you to take a look at the street children. Do they really have love on the street where they are? But just because for us we have our parents at home, they provide us with that love and we really feel loved in ourselves, and that one becomes a need of man. Young children, we need to be loved. Even old people need to be loved. So love is also an important need of man. Other needs are very many. Man needs a lot of things. Man needs electricity. Right now you're watching me teaching. I'm using electricity. Every gadget that is here needs electricity. At home you're watching TV. You need electricity. You put the wire in the socket in order to receive electricity. So electricity is also a need. It gives us light. Electricity is used for cooking. It is used for lighting. It is used for very many things. Running all the machines at home, we need electricity. So sometimes when power goes off and you light a candle at home, do you really feel that that excitement as when there is electricity at home? No. So with electricity, you feel lively. You feel everything is okay. So we need electricity. Man needs electricity. You need electricity. I need electricity at home, even in other places. So it is also a need of man. There are very many needs that man needs. Lastly, we are going to look at education. A person who has never gone to school has a very big difference with someone who has ever gone to school. If you want to see how essential it is, we are children, we are here, we go to school, we get education, we get a lot of information from our teachers, from school. So, when you are educated, you are able to read, you are able to write. So, education is very, very important. Do you want education? Go to school. What is the definition of school? School is a place where people go to learn. So if you need education, you have to go to school. That's why we children are sent to school to come and learn in order to get education. If there was no education, we would be at home seated, eating and drinking and sleeping. But we need education in order to know, in order to shape our future and know that one day, one time, we are going to be very good children, very important people in our community. So there are very many other needs, but because of time, that is, these are the 6 other needs of man that I have talked about today. Next time we are going to talk about others, but for now, these are the other needs of man. But without these, man can live. But remember our 4 essential basic needs: food, water, shelter, and clothes. Thank you very much for watching me. May you stay blessed.